What is up, friends? This is Carlos Valdosta, and I have a commentary here for you today. But at the end, there are a couple things I want to go over, I want to share with you, so please stick around. But I'll kind of get right into this. About a month ago, I had a conversation with fellow YouTuber Azazel, and if you should know him by now. I talk about him all the time. It's kind of strange that I talk about him so much.
Gay!
But in any case, he was saying that I should do a Tales from the Breakroom series, because I've had a few commentaries that I've done with weird things that have happened in my break room. And something happened today. So it's not going to be like a full-on series or anything like that, but it might be like something that happens every now and then whenever I experience something. Luckily, I've been trying to save some money recently, and so I've been bringing my lunch to work. Now, sometimes I eat at my desk, but a lot of times I just want to get away, so I'll sit in the break room. And I work in a pretty large company, so there are tons of people. I don't know a third of the people or a fourth of the people that I work with. And I work in a pretty big building, so in that one centralized break room, there's always people in there. Sometimes I don't even know. Well, today I get there and I'm warming up my food, and I hear two people and they're kind of arguing. It's not really loud, but they're talking like in a normal voice. But it seemed like it was something kind of private because they were arguing about money, and it kind of escalated a little bit, and one person walked away. I was like, all right, that's interesting. And the other person was kind of complaining out loud to nobody, just kind of talking, like, I guess the other person walked away, so he felt that he had the right to just say whatever he wanted to as loud as he wanted to. Apparently, there was some betting that was happening for the World Cup. Now, they're not supposed to have things like fantasy leagues or any type of sports betting or anything like that at my company because, well, stuff like this. But it happens, and it kind of happens behind the back of managers and stuff like that. Well, in any case, apparently one person made a bet with somebody else, and after they lost, they were like, oh, I was just joking, and that's what the whole thing was about. I thought it was all said and done, so I sat down and I started eating. Well, then the other guy comes in there, and at the top of his, it was almost a scream. He was like, hell no, I want my money. And the other guy everybody kind of just looked up and got quiet, and they started fighting in the break room. Now, it wasn't like knockdown, drag down, punching and stuff like that, but they were kind of pushing each other and screaming at each other. And apparently, the guy who left, he went back to his desk and he called the cops. And he said that somebody had robbed him. Now, apparently, whoever sits next to that person later had kind of said something about it. And I knew that person who sat next to him. So he left the break room, went to his desk, called the cops, said somebody robbed him, and then came back to the break room. Now, the thing is there was a few minute interval there, and the cops, there's a police station that's really not too far away from where my office is, and the cops showed up, like, in the reception area where the building reception is. It's secured locks. You can't get in unless you have a key card. So the reception lady is, like, rushing the cops over to this guy's desk, and he's not there, and then the person who's sitting next to him was like, oh, I think he went to the break room. So they went to the break room, and there's these two guys that are kind of pushing and shoving each other, screaming at each other, and the cops are like kind of pulling them apart. And the guy who actually went to his desk to call the cops got arrested for calling the police, or falsely calling the police, or falsely accusing. I don't know the details, but they took him away. And then the other guy ended up getting fired, one for fighting in the break room, but two for betting on a sporting event, which you're not supposed to do. Why are people this stupid? How does this happen? I don't understand what would drive people to take something, this serious. Now, when I was sitting down at my desk a little later than day, I was thinking to myself, I was like, I wonder what the bet was for. It must have been for a lot of money. And there was a guy named Greg who sits next to the guy who got arrested. So I went over to the other side of the building, and I was like, Greg, do you know any details? And he kind of filled me in on some of the stuff. And I was like, how much was the bet for? He was like, $5. And I just look at him, and he just starts laughing and shaking his head. He's like, yeah, $5. So these are two people who were probably making over $60,000 a year. And they got in an argument at work, almost a fist fight, plus one of them got arrested, the other one got fired, and I'm pretty sure the first one's going to get fired as well, over $5. So yeah, that is the story. And I don't think there is anything that you can learn a lesson from this other than don't be stupid. Now, I said I wanted to talk about a couple other things. One, I'm going to put a link in the description to Wendy Love's channel. I've had her on the Gentlewoman's Corner, but she is building Gotham City on her Minecraft server. This is a server that I play on. And you may or may not like Minecraft, but I would check out the video because it's pretty crazy. And then the other thing is Stain on Mars has a community channel with a little bit of a twist on it. I'm going to put a link in the description to that as well. He has actually disabled the upvote, downvote buttons, or the thumbs up, thumbs down buttons. He wants there to be more interaction, so comments. So everybody go and check those links out. And I appreciate everything, all the support. I hope you guys have a great day. Peace out.